It's nothing special about
Why you took out your fucking jacket to do
Are you
what?
crazy?
You're the one that texted me, begging to talk to me, begging to apologize to me.
I'm not even done. What do you do?
I don't want to.
The last time I checked, you were an actress 10 years ago, right? Do you have a movie out? Innocent this, innocent that, too, but this year you are Two-Faced just like your husband, Mrs. Two-Faced. I feel like you have respect you. Kanyi is not here to cut your back. Bitch, you on your own.
Lord have mercy. Guys, hey, good. I feel like I'm in for a roller coaster ride this season of Young, Famous and African because it might seem as though there's drama overload in every episode. And I love it. I love it, guys. I'm not complaining at all. I love it. I love it. However. Oh my goodness, guys, this show is so triggering. It's so triggering. I mean, Annie is annoying. I'm not going to lie. Annie is annoying. And yeah, prior to me watching this season of the show, I had come across all the drama, like the drags, the things people were saying about the cast members, especially Annie. Yes, how people were dragging her, and then the drama that followed afterwards. And I had made a promise to myself that when I begin to watch and review the show, I would try as much as possible to, defend Annie, look for something to defend her and also judge for myself if she truly deserved all of those drags. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only episode 2, and I feel like even adding to the drags. Because, listen, if you watched my previous review of episode 1, you would have heard where I said that the problem I have with Annie, is dishing out what she cannot take. Because that was exactly what happened in episode 2. You open your mouth, you trash talk someone on their special day, their wedding day, right behind her kids, her family members, her loved ones, her friends, her community. You trash talk this woman, said all manner of rubbish about her husband, infantilized him, made a mockery of the whole wedding because according to you, she was trying to copy your style, which was even a lie. And then she dishes back the same energy, even added, some spices to it as well, just to retaliate. And then you're about to go crazy. See, there's nothing that will make me not believe that Kefiwe, was brought into the show this season just so that Annie will have somebody to be on her side. Because the truth is, she's actually offended every single member of that circle, every single one of them. And if Kefiwe is not there, and this is just me speaking based on what I have seen in episode 1 and 2, I don't know if that one is going to change later on in the season, but if not for Kefiwe, to be very frank with you, nobody's going to have Annie's back in that group. Because she has said things about everybody. But before we do that, hi, you're especially welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. Yes, you're all specially welcome. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, do not forget or hesitate to do that, all right? Please go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Also, turn on your post notification bell to always receive alerts of my videos whenever I upload a new one, all right? Now, quickly, let's just dive right into it. Okay, so first things first, one of my favorite things about this particular episode was the way the hypocrites were getting called out for their bullshit. Yup. Because tell me why the likes of Fantana, Annie, they have got their dirty linen hanging right there in public, but then they think that they are in the right position to judge other people that, are probably likely doing the same thing they are doing, or probably not even doing the same thing they are doing at all. Like, what gives them the moral standing? Like, what makes them think that they are in the right position to judge? Because that was exactly what happened in this first scene between Louie and Fantana. Guys, this first scene was all shades of drama. There was a lot of shades getting thrown here and there. After Annie had left on that sour note, between herself and Nadia, there was Louis that came in bringing the storm with him, because according to him, last season people were walking all over him. This time around, he's not here to take bullshit. He's not here to entertain rubbish. If anybody brings rubbish to him, he's going to give it back to them hot. And that was exactly what he did with Fantana, because let's not forget, right? There was supposed to be a thing between him and Fantana last season. But it did not work out because Fantana was, of course, carried away by the bling bling that Diamond was bringing along with him, right? And what's his name now? Louis was not really keen on chasing her the way she wants to be chased. And so Fantana is still very much upset with Louis that Louis did not chase her the way she wants to be chased, because she's actually used to guys chasing her really hard, with attention, with gifts and all what not. Yes. And for Louis, he did not want to get into any dirty drama with Diamond because it was going to happen. I mean, I think it already happened last season. So he was trying to avoid all of that. So the guy has moved on, but not entirely though, because according to him, he still has a crush on the girl, but he's not going to pursue it. He's not going to act on it, yes, because he's talking to other people now, just as Fantana is talking to other people. But then it's quite funny to me that Fantana actually had a problem with, Louis talking to other women. And so she was accusing him of not knowing what he wants, or probably being confused, or, liking people too much. Like he's always liking people, because Zari, of course, decided to be an instigator, was inquiring about their relationship status. She was even throwing shades at Fantana at some point, and thanks to Nadia, who was actually, nudging Fantana not to react upon what Zari had said about her having so many niggas at her beck and call. Yes. So Zari was sort of instigating things. Yeah. She had even called out Kefi Way on the way she had walked into a wedding venue, like she was trying to steal the spotlight. And Kefi Way, that one, according to Nadia, she has anxiety, so everything makes her panic, everything makes her jump, and she already took it to heart, even though Zari was sort of joking. She did not take it as a joke. But back to Louis and Fantana now. Fantana was really having a go at this guy. Like, you're always liking people. Today, you are dating Zari's friend. Tomorrow, you're liking me. Now you're liking Kefi Way. What's your issue? Why do you always like people? Why do you always like people? And Louis was kind of shocked, because for him, who are you? Like, who are you to judge me? Who are you to talk to me like that? Like, girl. So it's okay for you to talk to so many men, but it's not okay for me to talk to 3 women at the same time, because I say I'm trying to get to know them better. Which is actually true, ladies and gentlemen, because, hey, let's call a spade a spade. This is about to be a gender conversation right now, yeah? Because a lot of women do this a lot. They feel and have this very weird belief that any man that is talking to 2 or 3 or 4 women at the same time is confused and does not have a spec and does not know what he wants. But for the women, they feel like it's okay for them to not put all of their eggs in one basket, that it's okay for them to be talking to 3, 4, 5, 6 different men, because according to them, they are looking for their suitable partner. And I like the fact that both Zari and Kefi Way, they agreed with Louis, because according to them, not Fantana saying what she's saying. She's not in the right position to say what she's saying. Yeah, so whatever Louis is dishing out right now, she deserves it. Like, she's getting served. I mean, guys, Louis was not having any of Fantana's bullshit. Yes. I mean, this guy literally took off his suit. Took off his suit to address her properly. And he gave her a piece of his mind, to the point that this guy was literally dragging her music career, talking about, Naked DJ should mention at least 3 of Fantana's tracks or her songs. And even Naked DJ could not even mention one. The guy was like, does Fantana have 3 songs? Hey! The shade! Guys, the shade! Even me, I wept. I wept for Fantana. It was insane. It was insane. Fantana was blowing off. And see, I totally agreed with Naked DJ when he said that whatever is going on between you two right now is freaking childish, because it's very glaring for everyone to see that it is the sexual tension between them that is driving both of them insane to be having a go at each other like this. And guys, I agree 100%. 100%. Because Louie even said that, okay, fine, I admit, I just wanted to sleep with you. I'm like, because Fantana was going off about, oh, you asked so and so for my number. You begged me to call you. You begged me to talk to you. Guys, it was insane. But I enjoyed the drama though, because what it means is he who lives in a glass house does not throw stones. Fantana chose to throw stones and she got served because they dragged her, also dragged her music career as well. Yeah. But then, as much as that whole drama was quite exciting, there was also the part where I think it was actually before the fight that Fantana had given Nadia a lowdown of every single thing that Annie has said about her and Swanky Jerry, during their so-called getting to know each other type of lunch date, which wasn't particularly Annie trying to get to know her, but trying, to kind of manipulate the whole situation and tell her stuff about her very good friends. On to the next scene. I'm going to be frank with all of you, yeah? Listening to Zari and her husband, Shakib's conversation about her closeness and how touchy she gets with her baby daddy, Diamond, guys, I felt worried for the guy. That's for Shakib. Because, guys, you and I know that whatever is going on between Zari and Diamond is not over. And just as Diamond bragged, if he wants his family back, just by the snap of his fingers, he's going to get Zari back. Because it's very glaring for all to see. The chemistry is undeniable. Guys, you can see it there. It's there in your face. And Shakib, though young, he's not a child. This guy is smart. He's a grown man. He knows what he wants. He has his own money. So it's not even a thing of he's chasing after Zari's wealth. No, this guy is wealthy in his own right. He has his own bragging right. So listening to him expressing his concerns to Zari and Zari making promises about, oh, it's never going to happen again. Don't worry, nothing is going to happen. Guys, I was embarrassed on her behalf because I was like, is this even supposed to be a conversation? Like, don't you know that by yourself, you should set boundaries between yourself and your baby daddy? Because now you're someone else's wife. You're a wife. Your loyalties lies with Shakib. Yes, even though you and Diamond have kids together, all of those touches, it should end. And she said she was going to put a stop to it. And guys, even with the meeting they had, you could just tell that they were not serious at all. Because Diamond knows that he's got Zari wrapped around his fingers for whatever reason, best known to both of them. Yeah. I mean, for me, that meeting they had where the kids were also involved, for me, there was no result. Zari was talking about, oh, they should keep boundaries. There was no result. But then I love the point that Diamond raised, that they cannot have issues and then Zari, weaponizes the kids against him. That whole thing of, I'll cancel you. If you want to see your kids, you have to go through my lawyers. It doesn't really make sense to me at all. Because for me, come on, both of you are adults. Settle your differences and leave the kids out of it. Because Diamond said something. He said, oh, there was one time she cancelled him and he could not see his kids for 2 years. He could not see them. He could not talk to them. It doesn't really make sense to me at all. And guys, even listening to the way the kids speak, guys, you know that those kids are smart as fuck. They are smart. And they see things. They see what's going on. The daughter was literally pointing fingers at Zari that, oh, I wanted to talk to my daddy. You refused me to talk to my daddy. You said no. You said no. It goes to show you that these kids are smart. They see everything that's going on. And if care is not taken, they're going to be asking questions when they are older. They're probably even asking the questions already. But then, speaking of Diamond himself, guys, Diamond is definitely not innocent, and we know it for a fact. Yes. So he and Fantana, they had linked up in a studio. I don't know if it's a studio, but they had linked up at a studio. And of course, Fantana, just like she had done before, had gone to confront him about that whole scandal she had had with his girlfriend on the internet, on social media. And Diamond was denying it. And Fantana knows that he's lying. But she was enjoying the lies because the guy brought flowers for her, lied that he brought the flowers from Uganda, was telling us in his confessionals that no, those flowers, they were definitely not from Uganda. He just wanted to serenade her. And was talking about, oh, you're so pretty. Anytime I'm in front of you, I'm weak. My knees go weak. This guy was giving this girl lyrics and she was melting. At the end of it all, she also admitted during her confessionals that she knows that the guy is probably not going to tell him the truth, but she just wanted to hear it from his mouth. I'm like, girl, is it that you enjoy being deceived, or you're just probably enjoying the perks of being a side chick or whatever it is you are? And then at the end of it all, the guy said, I've missed you. She said, oh, I've missed you too. He said, okay, let's go home. And they went home. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, yeah, women, no, okay, let me not say all women. Some women definitely enjoys being used and being made a fool out of. Because I see no reason why Fantana knows that this guy was just blatantly lying and she was enjoying the lyrics, she was enjoying the lies. But anyways, she's probably also getting her own benefits, from being his girlfriend. Who knows? Anyways, moving on. This next scene reminds me of people who try to play the hero on behalf of others, and then they realize that the people that they are actually fighting for are actually the villains. Yeah. Because that was exactly what I was just saying, between Kefiwe and Annie. Kefiwe had invited Annie to her house for them to bond. Remember she had mentioned on episode 1 that she instantly connected with Annie because they are both mothers. And what is it with mothers, and always connecting instantly, because you have a child, I have a child. So yeah, we connect. Anyways, they were bonding over gossips, right? About Zari. Zari did this, Zari did that. And Kefiwe was, threatening fire and brimstone. According to her, Zari came at her own event. The next time Zari tries that, watching Annie acting all innocent, like she didn't do anything at all to trigger Zari, talking about, that is how Zari is. You're going to get used to her. She makes you act crazy and then she brings out the witch in you. And Kefi too was like, oh, she's an instigator. If you bring out the witch in people, then you too, you're a witch. Oh, we're going to get brooms and flies. Both of them were laughing. I'm like, okay. I'm still new to this season. I cannot wait to see if Annie is going to do the same thing she's doing to all of these other people to Kefiwe. And then I would really love to see her reaction at that point in time. Because now, for me, what I was just seeing was someone who was just newly introduced to the group, and then automatically you inherited beef. You don't know what's happening. Your friend has tried to give you a heads up, but at least watch for yourself and see and understand what's going on. But instantly, it was just very glaring that Kefiwe had automatically inherited Annie's beef against Zari and even Nadia herself. And I thought it was just her displaying poor judgment and poor character because, woman, you know your status, you know your level. Why are you stooping so low to being a beef inheritor? And you see, even still in that their bonding session, the part that really got me cringing was when Annie was now trying to act like the bigger person, telling Kefiwe that, I'm going to go easy on Nadia because I understand that she's mourning, she just lost someone, you love someone and then you lost the person, now you are mad at the world, and then her music is not even doing well because really the music should actually be blowing up, but it's not really doing well, so I'm just and Kefiwe was like, oh my God, Annie, you're so strong. I'm like, both of you just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Because ladies and gentlemen, you and I know that in the guise of being nice and considerate to Nadia, Annie was actually shading Nadia mocking Nadia's loss. If I am not wrong, guys, please correct me. I think Nadia was dating AKA. So we all know the story. And so Annie bringing that up and talking about that and making it we know she's mad at the world. She was being very mean-blooded and sarcastic. And so Kefio were giving her accolades for being strong, to be that kind. And like, maybe Kefiwe is not really that much of a better person than Annie. Maybe they're actually birds of the same feathers. Maybe that is why she actually clicked so well with Annie. Because why was she praising Annie and saying that she was strong? Why? Now, this next scene was one of my favorite scenes of this particular episode, yes. And I am referring to the meeting between Diamond and Shakib, Zari's new husband. Ladies and gentlemen, turns out that Shakib was a fan of Diamond's 10 years ago. There was even a photo as proof to that. Guys, I was shocked. I mean, imagine I'm a big fan of Beyonce, and then 10 years later, I am married to Jay-Z. That is so fucked up. That is so fucked up. I mean, that was what I was just going to remember, like, what? But you see, yeah, unlike me that was actually here screaming my head off and laughing, Diamond was quite impressed, and that sort of warmed him up towards Shakib, because the guy was quite humble about it. You could see humility all over him. He wasn't kind of gloating over the fact that, hey, you, superstar idol in the past, I'm now married to your wife, or rather to your baby mama. He wasn't gloating over it, so he was quite humble about it. And that guy is so mature. So mature. I loved the way he broached, the conversation about whatever is going on between Diamond and Zari. And Diamond had no choice but to, speak with respect to the young man as well. And the guy, asked for boundaries. Like, please, there should be boundaries because they are married now. He doesn't want all of those their touchy vibes that he used to do. And then he had brought up this other issue that apparently Diamond had actually written a song dedicated to Zari. And Diamond, of course, in front of him was denying it. But during his confessionals, that Diamond would always admit his efforts, right? And then there was also the conversation of surrogacy. Guys, that happened last season, where Zari was telling Diamond that she wanted another child. Guys, quite frankly, I can't remember how that conversation panned out. I can't remember if it was Diamond that wanted to have another baby with Zari, or if it was Zari that wanted to have another baby with Diamond, but Diamond claimed that there are messages to back up the claim that he wasn't the one that was pushing for another child, that was actually Zari. And Shakib was quite shocked. I mean, guys, the whole thing was just so messed up. End of story was, he said was going to go address it with Zari, because they have both been trying to have a child, but it's not working. And now they are thinking about surrogacy. So the guy was quite shocked and confused. Okay, so who is lying? Diamond even said that, listen, when you're having that conversation, I don't mind if you call me and put it on speaker so that we find out the truth. And guys, you see, it was so annoying the way Diamond was boasting, bragging, and gloating over the realization that Zari still wants him, which is true, which is a fact. And see, all over again, I felt bad for Shakib, because I just have this very weird feeling that before the season ends, Zari and Diamond, they might do something that's going to really piss that guy off. I don't know, but I have that weird feeling. So finally, the last scene of this episode. Guys, woo, my goodness. I had been waiting for that scene to happen since episode 1. Guys, I had been waiting. Now, already, Nadia had spilled every single tea to Zari and Swanky, all that Annie had been saying about Zari, her wedding, her new husband, and Swanky as well. Swanky was like, you know what? He's done. He's just going to be praying for Annie because it's obvious she's going through a lot. But Zari was pissed mad. For her, Zari needs to, or rather, Annie needs to come say all those shit to her face because she wants to understand what it is to Annie, what she does with her life, why she's coming for her husband, why she's coming for her family. And it was that confrontation that happened in the last scene at Kayleg's event. So Kayleg had her event, had invited everybody. And Annie had gone together with Kefiwe, her new best friend. Nadia, or rather Fantana, had spilled everything again to Swanky. Swanky was quite irritated, but for him, he doesn't have energy for Annie. He's just living in his Zen world. He doesn't want any drama, whatever. Zari, on the other hand, had given Kayleg a heads up that, listen, when Annie shows up, she's going to have to answer to me because I need to understand why she has issues with my husband. And so Annie had arrived together with Kefiwe, and oh my God, it was a fakery for me. Zari and Swanky were so shocked. Like she was greeting them warmly. Hey, how are you guys doing? And guys, even me, I was pissed. Like, what's this? Why are you faking it? I thought you said you would keep that same energy. So why are you faking? Why are you acting up? Guys, I loved the fact that Zari did not waste any time. She did not even beat around the bush. She went straight up. Annie, what did you say about my husband? And Annie was like acting, the way she was like, and Zara, no, you have to tell me, what is your issue with my husband? And of course, typical Annie playing the victim, what did I say? Oh my goodness, guys. See, to summarize, I loved the way Zari went for Annie. Like, for me, she wasn't even really doing what I wanted her to do. She was even still being diplomatic. But guys, she dragged Annie. Because where's the lie in what she said? Girl, you've got your nose in everybody's business, but you've got your own situation in your house. Your husband is a father to many nations, guys, everything Zari said is nothing but the absolute truth. And then Annie is like, where's the baby? Where's the baby? I'm like, sis, you are stepmom to different babies. What are you talking about? Guys, oh my goodness, listen. Zari dragged Annie. And it was well deserved. Annie deserved the dragging. But what was pissing me off in all of that was Kefiwe trying to shut Zari up, telling her to allow them to hear peace and quiet. Like, who the hell are you? Girl, see, guys, it was annoying because Kefiwe heard everything that was being said. But for her, she was saying that Zari was bullying Annie. And I'm like, how? Is it because Zari is the one shouting now? And Annie is the one acting like a coward? How is that bullying? Girl, if you are able to throw the first punch, you should be able to stand and take the retaliation. You cannot dictate how the other person should react. Same thing she did to Nadia. Same thing she did to Swanky. So what are you talking about? And then Kefiwe was warning Zari. Guys, it was just so glaring that she had automatically inherited Annie's beef with Zari. Because for me, I felt like all of that thing she was displaying, it was completely uncalled for. That was not her fight. The fact that she was trying to buy into that drama, that fight, all the guys of, I'm defending Annie. Guys, I said, nah. Like, nah. Because the only explanation is that they are birds of the same feather. She's capable of doing what Annie is doing. Here's the reason she's defending Annie. Because Annie was acting the victim. I'm like, but you said a lot of trashy things about these people. Own up to it. And she was actually owning up to it to some extent, but she was acting like she didn't really say anything bad. Guys, listen, for me, I love the way Zari dragged Annie to filth. Dragged her husband on top of it. Because, of course, Annie was the one that started it, so it was well-deserved. Well deserved. Now, the part that really pissed me off was Annie shouting at Swanky, that, oh, Swanky, so you are sitting down there and Zari is talking to me like this. I'm like, I don't understand. Oh, you are looking for somebody that will fight for you. When you were busy trash-talking someone at her wedding, trash-talking even the same Swanky that you are expecting to fight for you now, I don't know, were you on colos? Were you high or something? So now, Swanky has decided to mind his business. And you are angry that he's not fighting for you. Why? So you have the mouth, the big mouth, to drag people, to trash talk people. But when they drag you, you don't have the spine to fight for yourself. You're looking for people to fight for you. And guys, I was so glad that Andy Lee was not there, that Kanyi was not there to defend Annie, because that is typical of Annie. She would throw the first punch, she would hide her hands, and then if her hands are not sufficient enough, she will go and look for people to hide behind. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where this particular episode ended. I am waiting. So guys, this is where this particular episode ended. I cannot wait to dive into the third episode because guys, you see this drama? I live for it. I cannot wait. But in the meantime, I would love to hear from all of you your thoughts about everything that happened on this episode. Go ahead and share in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another episode soon. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.